Yes, hello and welcome to the channel and to another video, or should I say the very first video on the channel of a construction update. Yes, thank you for joining us here in Southport for a very cold, windy, but the sun has actually finally come out. I'm actually sheltering by this thing, by stop the winds catching on the audio. But we've come here, we're not far from home. Blackpool is where we're from, which is, well, it's behind that pier, you can't quite see it, but if you've been to Southport you'll know what I mean by it's literally a stone throw away, but it's a lot further around than it actually looks to get here. But we thought we'd come and see how we're getting on here as they open in 8 weeks and a half time, which is the 21st of March, which is the day before Mother's Day, which last year they opened the same time of year, where they did Mum's Ride free. It's also quite historic for us because it was one of our very first vlogs, Theo featured in for our first look, and we also came again later that year for Father's Day, where Father's Ride free, so hopefully they will be doing that again this year. It will be their 13th year that the Wallaces have been doing this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take you on a perimeter tour around the park. Now I do apologise for any wind that catches in the GoPro as I walk around, because it is quite breezy. I'm on the seafront, but the sun's out, which I'm really pleased about. You may have seen us in a other video quite recent where we did a Q&A, basically in the background. So if you're quite familiar with the channel, do let us know your questions and have a look for that video. Also do subscribe to our channel as we go to parks like this, fairs and other little things. Do check us out on our other videos and see what we get up to. These are the sort of things we cover, but this is the first construction update. Anyway, we'll take you on the first part of the tour, which is basically here. Now they are basically just putting this out, which is obviously some form of coaster. I can't identify it, unfortunately. I'm sure someone will tell me what it is, which is purple and yellow. You can see the mini wheel is in the background as well. There's some trains just over there too, right in the distance. Too sure if you can see through the fence. However, there's a lot of things have remained, such as the roller coaster. The roller coaster wasn't ready for 2019 season open, but it looks ready this year. And a lot of people have done POVs on this, and to a lot of people quite hit and miss whether they enjoy it or not, because it's quite rattly. I've never done this one myself, but if anyone remembers Ocean Beach at Rill before it closed down years ago, this is practically the same coaster. If not, it might be the same coaster, which was called Pepsi-Cola Loop. That's a bit of nostalgia. It's also been featured on Brighton Pier as well, the sort of set out and layout of the coaster with its notorious loop that it has as well. There's a few other rides that have remained as we go round. You can see the disc rides there as well. Caterpillar coaster has remained, the little helter skelters there, but obviously not everything has been set up just yet, but it'll be interesting to see what they bring here in the next few weeks. Also, they're having an expansion too, which is brilliant news for, let's say, Southport itself, as this park has just got bigger and bigger and bigger. That section there that I just showed you was actually extended last year, so it wasn't a part of the park until the middle of last year, where they put quite a few extra things. Crash Test was on there, the big swing boat was there, they had a new ghost train on there, and a few juvenile rides was there too. Still got a cough. And so quite a lot of rides got extended on there. Now I believe they've had an extra 25 million funding for the expansion for Pleasureland Southport, which will include a dinosaur park, which there is a few dinosaurs in the park, but I don't think a lot of parks are taking advantage of it, because I know how Theo loves dinosaurs and the interaction that you can have with dinosaurs. So yeah, they'll be quite interesting to see. Now I've just come to the other side of the promenade of the park. Let's have a look what they've got here. So obviously you can see discs there. Swings are there, dodgems in the green housings there. So pretty much the park has remained how it is, but a lot of rides got took out, such as Crash Test went to Hull, a few other rides went there too from here. And obviously Wallace owns quite a lot of travelling fairs as well. So, you know, they'll be in and out of the park through the year, which is quite common for a park like this to be like that, to be fair. But I'm really looking forward to the expansion of the park. That's going to take obviously a few years to do, but it's also going to hit Southport really well. As you know, Southport, after Pleasureland left, who the Thompsons owned back in, well, when they closed 2007, 2006, when they closed, Southport did go downhill quite dramatically. But as soon as these guys took it, I think there was a bit of, you know, is it going to work? And in the last few years, they've really built this park up to the point where, well, look at it now, it's getting expansion. It's going to be one of the biggest fixed funfair parks in the UK, I think. So yeah, hopefully I don't slip on my arse. There we go. To the point where things like this have popped up. Obviously it's been there a few years, the water park, but without the surviving part of the fun fair, you know, that may not have survived as much, and people won't come to this seaside town. If you look at Morecambe for an example, Morecambe, again, thriving seaside town back in the day, but 20 years ago, last November, Frontierland closed down, which was also owned by the Thompsons. Again, had a massive impact on Morecambe itself. Now 20 years on, there's not really much change. In fact, the ground still remains, and there's only actually been a few years ago since the last part of the Polo Tower was removed, and the last segment of the front bit area where they had a fire, they went. Now they're having an Eden project, which is in talks of where that's going at the minute. If that goes ahead, which is Eden of the North, that will have a massive impact in a positive way of, well, Morecambe. It just goes to show what these little things can do to towns around the UK, and hopefully everything goes swimmingly well. Anyway, we'll pop back when we're around on the other side, because you can't really see anything here. So here is one of the very few items that are actually left from prior to the current park, which is Casablanca. That and the housing of the ghost train are the only two things, I believe, that will remain of the park since prior to Pleasureland, current Pleasureland in place. Obviously the size of it's the same, more or less. They used to have a zoo next door to it, but that closed before Pleasureland closed. But yeah, one of the main things that still remains, which used to be an arcade, but it's now a family area, which is eatery, drinks, and a meeting point as well. So here's the back entrance, which is commonly known as the main entrance to a lot of people. As you can see, like I said, they have still got the Caterpillar coaster there, so that has remained. Swings are in the background there, and of course the notorious log flume that we went on last year, which we got quite wet on. Oh, just climb up, or maybe not, because I nearly fell over. Here we go. I won't be doing a lot of editing, but yeah, there is basically what you can see there. A lot of it has remained, including the log flume and the housing, or the casing, of the waltzers. And I think you'll see a lot of investment going into the park in the coming years. As you can see that up there, you know, I reckon they'll take advantage of the things that are looking a bit out of place, like that could be taken advantage of, and I reckon they will do it. They are pumping a lot of money. That's what I was looking for. You can see it there. You can just see in the background the Pleasureland. That's the old Pleasureland logo, which is the orange and blue logo. I thought they still had it. I was trying to look for it. I'm glad they still got that. But yeah, there's not much to see. There's not a lot going on, and I don't think there'll be a lot for the opening day. I think it's going to be the same as last year. They'll open with what they've got in place, and as they get towards Easter, they'll start adding rides. They'll also add into the extension, more bigger rides will appear, exactly the same as last year. But yeah, if you don't have them on Facebook, do add them on Facebook, because that's where they advertise things such as Mum's Ride Free for Mother's Day and Dad's Ride Free for Mother's Day. It's delightful. Fantasy Island do. These guys do it too. It's worth having them on there so you know when they're doing that. They also do special parties for kids, which is not that I know of any other fairs do this, where you have a birthday party here and they take them around each fair. But as you can see, things are happening through here. This is the main entrance, or where the ticket centre is, and you can see that case in there. That's where the waltzers are. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now what I did notice is when I came round, they've added something out here. So that's normally the main entrance, but it seems like this might be the main entrance this year, as they've added a bit of cosmetic to the ground to show you the way in. Looks like they're on a bit of a delivery as well of wood to add to the scenery. But yes, follow the yellow brick road into Southport Pleasureland, as that looks like that is going to be the main entrance this year instead of the side one. But that is basically it for the construction update. I'm sorry it's short. It'd be great to actually get inside to show you everything that's there and what's going to be there. It's going to be pretty much the same setup as last year, beginning of last year, and they will build as the park develops through the year. So you know, if you go on the opening day, don't be too disappointed, because I know they will build it up to a really big park again, like they had last year. Yeah, we will definitely be here riding with Theo and with someone else this year. So if you want to see that, do subscribe to our channel. We do fairs, fixed parts, experiences all over the UK. If you're new to the channel or you've not seen us before, do check out our other content that we actually do. Also, we have Instagram and Facebook. Facebook is PT Vlogs UK. Just search it in the search tab. And our Instagram is PT_Vlogs_UK. We constantly, get the words right, put photos and advertise fairs. Even this will get advertised on our Facebook page. If you're wondering what I was on about Q&A, we're coming to a year anniversary and we're doing a Q&A. So if you're intrigued or want to ask some questions, you can do. Make sure you find that post and ask the questions in there. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. I am looking forward to this park to see what happens through this year, especially with the expansion that's going on. It'd be interesting to see how the expansion goes, how quick it develops, and actually what they do with it. But that's it. That is the construction update of Pleasureland Southport. They open on the 21st of March, which is the first day of spring. Fun fair season is kicked in. We'll be round by summer soon, which is awesome. They'll be open weekends for the first few weeks, and then they do open every day as they get towards the summer months. So yeah, Southport's not hard to get to. It's not by a motorway, it's not far from Liverpool. So you know, if you're up north, check it out, come and see what they're about. Thank you for watching the video. Do subscribe to our channel, do like us on Facebook. Also, if it's our first construction site, I keep saying that, it's our first construction vlog. Let us know how we did with your comments below. Please write a comment below, let us know how we did. Very rare do I do a vlog without Theo or on my own, but yes, that's it. Check us out on our YouTube, take a look at some of the other videos. If not, the end screen will come up at the end of here after this, can't say my words, where you can check out my latest Southport Pleasureland vlog, which was back in June last year. We've not been since, but we'll be back again to show you this amazing fun fair later this year. Thanks for watching, we'll see you soon, bye bye.